Hello friends, in this one I'm going to be looking deep into frequency separation. We want to see the difference between the settings that's going to make the difference between the smooth frequency separation and the hard textured frequency separation. This is Twisted Creative. I'll be my name. If it's your first time on this channel or you've been watching on this channel and you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. It's going to help us in the YouTube algorithm to keep this channel running and to keep it for free forever. Without wasting much time, let's get into it. This image we're going to be using, let's use our Ctrl+J twice for extra 2 layers. Then we're going to rename this top layer to be details. Then we'll rename this bottom layer, the middle layer, to be colors. Let's disable the detail layer. Then with the color layer selected, go to filter, then blur, then Gaussian blur. Okay, let's take the rough one first. We're going to take our radius very high. Let's take it up to like 12 or thereabouts for this image. Let's take it, let's say 12. Let's say 12 here and hit OK. Then let's click on the detail layer, then enable the detail layer, then go to image, then I'm going to apply image. Let's click on the layer here. We have details selected here, then I'm going to select colors here. Then for the channel, let it be on RGB. Then for blending, let it be at subtract. Let's go to subtract. Then there's no need to check any box here. The scale should be 2 and the offset should be 128. Then we're going to hit OK. Then go to blend mode and change it to linear light. If you check before and after, I notice that the image is still the same. So let's select the color layer. Then we'll take our mixer brush. Let's right click here and choose the mixer brush. Then we're going to take a very simple settings here. You can copy this settings. So we have wet at 34, then load at 31, then mix at 30, then flow at 100. You have to make your brush be bold so as to you're not going to make mistake. If you reduce the size of brush, it's going to make you paint shadow into highlight or painting highlight into shadow. But if you increase the size like this, you will be able to mix on some kind of area and get away with it. Okay, so let's start mixing. We're just going to click on these shadow areas. Let's click on the shadow areas, then these shadow areas, then these shadow areas, then the highlights. Just click on the highlight like this. Then have to reduce the brush a kind of, then paint on this part. This is the highlight also. Let's just mix the highlights, then reduce and mix on this area. So this is the midtones and shadows mixed together. So here we are going to mix like this, then like so. So as we are mixing, let's see the before and after to see if there is any change on this. Let's hold down our Alt and see the before and after. This is the before and this is after. This is the before and this is the after. Mostly on the highlight, I can see there's not much change there. Let's continue. Let's continue. And don't forget, this is an experiment, okay? So let's continue. Let's do the shoulder part. The arm. And another thing we're going to do to this image, okay, let it not be as if we did not edit the image very well. Let's do the highlight here. Let's do the highlight here. Okay, let it not be as if we did not finish editing the image. Let's go to my action and take eyes whitening stuff, which is, let's take this twist eye whitening. It's a free action. I've shared it on my action, free action on YouTube. You can go and check in the description. It's there to download for free. Okay, let's take it away from the frequency separation here. Let's put it on top. Let's take these details and colors and use our Ctrl G to place them in a group. Then we'll rename this as frequency separation, as in FS. Let's click on the layer mask here, reduce our brush size, then take the opacity up and the flow up. Then we can clean up the eyes. Let's assume that we're done with this image. Let's see the before and after. Let's zoom in, see the before and after. So hold on your Alt and click on this last icon here to see the before, and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. Let's zoom in, let's punch in very well. Then take a look, we're having these skin textures very raw here. So let's hold our Alt and click on this to see the before and see the after, see the before and see the after. There's not much change there. Okay, so we're going to go for the second experiment. This is a new image, which is the same image with different names opened in Photoshop. So we are going to be focusing on how to make it smoother than the other one. There may be a time you need a very rough one, and there will be a time you need a smooth one. So we're going to check the difference and how to make them looking different. Let's use our Ctrl J 2 times to get extra 2 layers. Then we're going to rename this as details. Then we're going to rename these other guys to be colors. We have to disable this detail layer, select the color layer, then go to filter, then blur, then down to Gaussian blur. So this is where the magic is. We used 12 for the first one. Now we're going to use something like, let's go as low as 3.5. Let's say 3.5. So let's try this 3.5 and hit OK. Then we'll go to the detail layer, enable the detail layer, then go to image, then apply image. Then I'm going to use the same setting. Let's go to this layer, then go to color. Then I'm going to choose color because details is selected. We're going to choose color here. Then for the channel, let it be on RGB for blending, subtract, opacity 100, scale to offset 128. Then we'll hit OK. Then I'm going to go to blend mode and choose linear light. Then we'll have to ignore the details for the now. Then select the color. Then go to our brush tool and choose Mesa brush tools. Let's leave our settings the same. Then I'm going to increase the size of our brush. I'm going to increase the size of our brush and start painting. Then we can dab from afar like so. So remember what we said about the size of the brush, the effect of the size of the brush. Let's go, let's click. Now I'm painting in between the shadows and the highlights. I'm painting in between the midtones and the highlights, as you can see. Then I'm painting the highlights. Then let's go inside. As you can see, there's already difference there. So let's see. So I'm painting the highlight. Then I'm painting in between the shadows, midtones, and highlights. Let's do the highlights here. So I'm going to paint this mid-tone area like so. So let's reduce and go to the neck area and do the brushing also. Then to this arm. Let's hold down our Alt and see the before and see the after. This is the before and this is the after. Isn't that amazing? So did you see the difference? Okay, let's still go. Let's take this and use our Control G to place them in a group. Then I'm going to call this FX also. So I'm going to call this FS, which is frequency separation, and hit OK. There's a bonus tip here. Let's see the image. As the image is looking like, it's almost looking like plastic, but I don't know the way you've seen it. But if you ask me, I will say this image is okay. Depending on you, depending on what you want at a given time. There are some clients who give some images, they tell you that you did not edit it. You know what I mean? If you are a photographer, you know what I'm talking about. So this image now is a kind of okay. But at the other hand, if you feel this frequency separation is too much on this image, there's a fix for that. You just take this frequency separation folder, then you have to reduce the opacity. And isn't that amazing? Reduce the opacity, you'll see that, you notice that the stuff is being reduced and not as harsh as it was. So let's take it to 100% back. You can see the change. Let's bring it back and you see the change. Even if you take it to 0%, you notice that the image will become what it used to be, as in the original image. This is 0%. Then you can move it to any level you feel that you can, that is going to suit your needs. Let's take it to something like 90% or 80%. That is, 90% is fine also. Let's just keep it at 100. Let's keep it at 100. Then another thing we're going to do is that we're going to go to this action again, my action, teeth and eye whitening action. Then have to add it to this end with our brush selected. Then foreground color white and background color black. Then we're going to paint on the eyes. Now here is the image. There are so many things we can do to this image, but because of time, let's just focus on the frequency separation. This is the image, and the reason why we are here is we want to see how to make the difference between smooth and rough frequency separation. Now let's take a look at this. Let's zoom in like 2 times or 3 times. Okay, let's place it like this and zoom in like 3 times and place it like so. So let's see the difference. So for this one, this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. If you want to get a rough frequency separation, you can increase your radius, and at the same time, if you want to get a rough frequency separation, you can see reduce your radius. Then after doing the entire frequency separation, then you go to your opacity and reduce your opacity, and you still have something close to this. I don't know how you think about it. So let's take a look at it again. Let's see the before of the rough one. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. It's almost like raw, but there's nothing you can do about there's nothing you can do about the smoothness, because if you go to the opacity, if you select the frequency separation and go to the opacity now, the more you reduce, the more you take it to natural, and you want more smoothness. So I think alternatively, it's better we do a very smooth one and adjust the opacity. I think that's the catch here. Okay, so this is the, so here is the, let's hold down our Alt. Here is the before and here is the after. Then let's go to the smooth one. Then this is the before and this is the after. This is the before, this is the after. Isn't that amazing? That is it for the comparison. If you find it interesting, helpful and useful, let us know in the comment section telling us your own opinion about it. Like I said earlier, if it's your first time on this channel or you've been watching and you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. It's going to help us in the YouTube algorithm to keep this channel running for free forever. Thanks for watching this video. Creative people will keep on creating. Keep on creating. See you in the next one. Bye for now.